and let's get it on. So first of all, what is Vectra? Vectra is a power synth that has extremely intense procedural capabilities. What are those procedural capabilities? You can basically morph anything. Wavetables are not static. You have many high-end wavetables. Right now on oscillator 1 we can see the basic shape. What is up, my friend? How are you? If you are just happening to stroll by here on my channel and see this video, then let me give you an introduction what this is all about. I am an artist since many years. I basically spent all my life in the studio and traveling around the world presenting my music. I had a very fulfilling career where I got invited all over the world and met many cool people and was in many cool studios and so forth. But in the past time, I've 100% dedicated myself to the creation of a new synthesizer, a new power synth. For the people that maybe know Serum or Pigments or maybe Massive X or something like that, it's the same class of instruments, but it has a lot of design innovations and also engine innovations that are quite awesome. And I recently started an open beta, so now I'm starting to have actually like producers that give me feedback and so forth. And today I'm going to show you one phone call in between me, the designer, and a producer that had access to the public beta. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you are interested in Vectra, find out more on audionerds.net. That's www.audionerds with a Z. .net. I will repeat it one more time. That's www.audionerds.net with a Z. Then you can join the public beta. It's really cool because there's also a community forming around it. There is a Discord for all the people that are in the beta. Without further ado, enjoy the video, have fun, and subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and if you have any questions, I'm here for you. Welcome everybody. Today I am giving a little introduction into Vectra once more, and I can do it really organically with my brother from India, Neuro. He is a really good producer, and yeah, say something about you, maybe introduce yourself quickly to the people. What is your artist name and what do you do?
Yes, so my name is Manthan and I belong from India, and I'm a psytrance artist having multiple projects. You guys can search NeuroAttack online and you'll get to know about me. So, yes, and I'm friends with Samuel.
Yes, and I'm showing him Vectra today. So the point of this video is that I make it a little bit more accessible. Vectra has a couple of features that are entirely novel and also isn't beta. So there are simply some things which are a little bit hidden or not like completely like self-explanatory. And therefore I am showing him, for example, how the Forge works. I did already a video about that, but I will do many more. And I will also make, of course, you know, improve the design so that those things that are not yet self-explanatory will become self-explanatory. This is a production version that is the latest nightly, so I hope that everything is working in order. And let's get it on. So first of all, what is Vectra? Vectra is a power synth that has extremely intense procedural capabilities. What are those procedural capabilities? You can basically morph anything. Like, for example, wavetables are not static. You have many high-end wavetables. Right now on oscillator 1 we can see the basic shape. The basic shape is literally, you know, you can see that this is a sine, this is a saw, and in there is a square. So it's like the most basic wavetable. And for example, one of the things that Vectra can do is I can choose DNA mode and then choose how much I want to calculate that stuff into whatever wavetable, and then click mutate, and then I literally change the DNA on the fly of this wavetable. So Vectra can do things that are unprecedented in that way, like wavetable, basically destructive modes as well. We also have a warp mode where you can apply, for example, sync, but we are applying it in a very different way from our peers. In Serum, for example, they're doing it completely different. They don't have a procedural system, so it's based on like compressed files basically, and on a process that goes after our process goes much more into it. But without going too much into depth, I'm going to show you the most basic functions. What you just saw is the AWC. I'm going to show that to you later a bit more. And all right, the most important thing though is the VectraForge, and this is what I'm going to show Montan and everybody that is watching first. The VectraForge is our offline wavetable generator and our DNA laboratory. You have entire worlds of sound in here, and I'm going to show you how to use it. Right now, you see the oscillator block. The oscillator block has 3 engine modes. One is this. This is the analog mode. It looks a little bit, you know, B-grade in comparison to the other ones. It will get a more nice visualizer as well put in, but this is the virtual analog mode. So this is basically a little bit closer to synthesizers like Virus TI. It's a polyblep oscillator. It sounds really fat, but of course it is rather simple in comparison to everything else what we do. Then this is the second engine block, or engine bay is the correct name actually for it. This is the procedural wavetable engine of Vectra. This is where you can choose whatever you want, you know, like for example, like those are brand new. The Shepard Risset Spiral, those are literally MIT level mathematical constructs. This is also a thing. We don't have to, we have built systems where we can like just, you know, conjure the most insane sound through our procedural system. But this is a little bit from how you use it. It is rather similar to other synthesizers, right? Like, let's put that on only oscillator 1. I put the voices a little bit up. This is the unison. This is also very important for anyone, you know, like Montan, you want to put that. Usually you want to work with more than one voice. The unison mode sounds insanely fat. But this oscillator block is rather reminiscent of, you know, normal wavetable. Just more variety, so to say. Let's put that an octave down.
Can you check your charts?
Can you what?
Can you check chart?
Can you check what?
The chart here.
Ah.
Actually, I cannot see your screen here. Yeah.
Oh, you cannot
Not
see my
shared
screen.
with me. Yep.
We already have a cut, so this engine block is very reminiscent of, you know, what you are used in other synthesizers. As I said, it just like has really good sound, and you can do the thing what I showed you before. So with AWC you can change it, right? We can go to spectral FM and calculate the FM into the wavetable. So this is very different from this FM mode. This FM mode is like what you are more used to. It's like PM, phase modulation. But what I just did here is spectral FM. I calculated FM into the wavetable. So let me put that back. The cool thing with AWC Wavecore is that whatever you calculate inside a wavetable, like this, right? Like now it is like super, this is too much, maybe this is too much FM. Like I will put something like that, a little bit less. Whatever you calculate inside, you can also go back. Now it's like a normal saw again, but when I like pump that up a lot, then now it's like too much FM basically, you know? You hear, it's already like sounding exactly like a fucking FM lead.
Yeah.
But it is FM calculated inside the wavetable. And since that is non-deterministically, we can always go back. This is very important to understand. And here, yeah, that is pretty much like how you are used to. Like this is your wavetable index. You can change the wavetable up here, yeah. As you are used to it. Like some of them are changing more, you see this one. Let's put a little bit of movement on there. You can just like drag and drop, of course, whatever you want. So, you know, now like we have a little bit of movement. Put that a little bit down. Why is that? Oh, okay. But VectraForge is where it's really at with oscillators. The reason why actually you already have more oscillators than in any other synthesizer is that any of those is just a toy to play with, right? You can just change it. You can change it with HCM. You know, if I want to take that and calculate HCM inside or on top of that, then I can do that, or spectral FM, or even more intense spectral modal resonator. So this one is pretty intense mode as well. And then it's a completely new oscillator. You understand? Like this is on the fly. It's basically something like a baby VectraForge, you can say. And depending on the recipe or the mutate mode that you are choosing, you have different options, right? Here you have gain, decay, density, and amount. And then with others, you just have amount right now. And let's also quickly go into this mode. Put a little bit.
This is sick.
A little bit of reverb. So reverbs we have also 4. With this one absolutely being the most insane one. It is really insane. This one is really, really good. Basically anything what you like put through it, it sounds amazing, you know, it's like that. But you have 4 different modes. If you are like a deluxe, if you have the deluxe version, you have like Event Horizon, Prism, Singularity, and Legacy. Legacy being the totally normal one, and Event Horizon being full-on high-grade simulations. But without losing track, I will show you quickly how VectraForge works. Those modes are very, very intense for FX, and for many things, basically. Like, you can do a lot of shit. With just those modes, but maybe also. Let's put SNH. Let's put that on sync and.
So this filter is on both of the oscillators?
Yeah, it's both of on both of the oscillators. From the routing, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. You have like right now 2 modes, serial and parallel, and there will be a 3rd serial mode and a little bit of more routing options and a lot of more oscillator options. But right now, like, you know, we focus on different things. The filters are very, very good, especially the SEM, for example. Let's make quickly a decent sound. Let's go there. This is the FX section, of course, as you can tell. But let's make it not too complicated. I wanted to show you VectraForge. But yeah, I mean, like, for example, right now I used very simple sources. I kept it purposefully simple with the LFOs. You can also, you know, look at them like in a bigger over here. But the MSEGs are insanity mode. Like with this, you can do anything, right? Like we can also do LFOs here. Like here, let's say you want an SNH, okay? You can do that. And, you can do whatever you want with it. There's a million options, basically, of what you can do. One of the latest and greatest features, for sure, is the convert to step sequencer. Like you can, like, in the MSEG, you can make your LFO a step sequencer. You have different, also visual modes. If you want to keep it simple, you can put it like that. You have a gazillion choices here. But before I show you that, I will show you the VectraForge. And I will put that back to envelope. It's better for the amp envelope, of course. All right. It's super easy to make great sounds with VectraForge. And with Vectra, not only with VectraForge. Why? Because it has a lot of design, goodness that is a little bit similar in a way like Virus is designed. It's designed to create beautiful sound very easily, very, very fastly, Like the filters are linked in a certain way, the oscillators are set up in a certain way that they sound really good, even if you don't do that much. Okay. Do you have any questions about AWC right now or the normal oscillator block? Or should I just go ahead and show you more?
I just don't know how would you like link these oscillators to the ones they are below, the warp things.
Yeah. Okay. Let me explain that. So basically, these are the mirrors. So like this is oscillator 1, this is oscillator 2, this is AWC 1, Advanced Wavecore 1, and AWC 2. So this is the warp for oscillator 2. This is the mutate mode for oscillator 2. If you go here, you can click audition. So you can see, it's the same, right? Like we can see. Yeah. And I'm in the mutation mode. So if I turn up that thing here, I can see a preview of what will happen to the oscillator, okay? So, yeah, because you want to know, okay, like if you're working with Vectra for a longer time, then you start to be able to read oscillators. You're being able to, okay, all right, FM looks like this, all right? FM looks like this. So you know when an oscillator is looking like that, it's FM. Like this, I can know before I hit the button how it would look like approximately. This cannot be exact because it isn't a simulation, all right? Like this is showing a simulation of what this is to become. Yeah, when I click here, now it is, all right? When I click the button mutate, now it becomes. Yeah. Yeah. And then when I turn that back again, okay, when I turn that back to 0 and I click again, we are back again, all right? So I can mutate and unmutate, all right? And I can mix. So I can take, let's say, Phi Supersaw, and then I put 50% FM inside Phi Supersaw. You understand? Now it sounds completely different because,
with what it's being FM, like, what is the source? What it is being FM? Like, which waveform or...
This is what you don't understand, is that this is the magic of Vectra, that you have normal FM, all right? This is the normal FM. Forget about normal synthesizers and how FM works, because we have spectral FM. This is only possible in Vectra. And that means that there is no source. This is a mathematical calculation inside the procedural wavetable. I am calculating in the sonic DNA that is FM, right? You could hear it before. We took a normal basic shape and I put spectral FM inside. It's calculated inside. There is no operator. This doesn't exist in this concept. It's a highly mathematical construct which gets injected into this procedural wavetable. And since it's not a wavetable, basically the name wavetable for those things that I've created here is not accurate anymore, because wavetables are usually understood to be compressed into a data set, into a wave, into a .wav. That doesn't exist in Vectra. You can use wavetables. If you want, like you can open wavetables, normal wavetables, but our wavetables have those capabilities. This is the USP, and this is the thing. There is no operator. If I want an operator, yes, I can do that. I can totally do that. If I want, oscillator 1 to like phase modulate oscillator 2 with hard sync, then I can do that. Over this button. This is. Let me quickly save that patch and then I restart to to a fresh patch. Then I show you the difference. Maybe a little bit more better.
Let's try test. Okay. Yeah. NeuroBlast.
Yeah.
Sounds good, but.
All right. Okay, so now we have like literally. I make it a little bit louder. This is always an issue. I've set the master quite low. So now, right, like we have a super basic saw. I will put that back on the Mandalizer. For all people, including you, Mantan, the first thing what I would recommend you right now, it is, the beta is when you open it, it's coming with this, and this looks really nice. It looks very nice, but it's not the best one to start with or to have it all the time. So I recommend this visualizer because it's more readable. It is.
Yeah, it has less information.
It has
So
and
we are working with sine wave right now.
we are working with saw wave right now. This is like, like basic shape we are working with.
But it's showing sine wave, which is like,
So where does it show sine wave?
Just below the basic shapes, it's like sine is activated, I see. No?
No.
Yeah.
This is just a symbol. This is not I will correct that maybe to not make it so confusing.
I thought it's a sine wave. And
No. It's not a sine wave. This is the sign for the procedural wavetable engine. So you have, as I showed you in the beginning, you have the analog engine. You can put this if it's like, like a little bit too bland, you can put different overlays above it. This sounds super fat, by the way. Like, especially for FM, right? In hard sync, if you put that down and put that up and put that in octave. Put in high pass and put link. Classic FM, you know what I mean? For this,
the really good thing about this VST is like, the sound is like, even when you're FMing, there are not many, S's and sibilants which are hurting my ears. Like, it's already clean.
yeah, but it's because it's a polyblep virtual analog S oscillator, so it's a really high grade oscillator in the first place, and I can make it 10 times better. There is like, this really has a huge impact on Vectra, and to be honest with
I
you,
already tried it.
if you put it on high, especially in FM, the difference is tremendous. The difference is huge because it literally attacks the anti-aliasing. The oversampling literally attacks the harsh high sounds that inadvertently they come into existence.
Yeah, it's basically more polished sound, you would
Yeah.
say.
I highly recommend, in this case, as I said, always like pump the unison if you can do it, because
Yeah, you should always work on.
Put a macro there. A little bit more. Really sounds like a
How did you just map oscillator this cut off with macro? Yeah.
Yeah, you just go to the macro op, you see?
Yeah.
And you just take it and wherever you want. Like this is it's a thing in Vectra all the time, and I really put it on a crazy level with this system, right? Because it's a full-on drag and drop system, right? You can just take, for example, whatever you want, filter envelope, or whatever you want, mod envelope, and you just drag and drop it. You can also like sort those. You can activate the cables. That it shows the cables actually. It's a really cool system. What also is nice is you can choose everything, right? Like let's say you are here and you want to modulate the distortion and you want to change this LFO. You can just do it from here. You just go here, sync timing. You can set whatever you want. It's a really intuitive system, in my opinion. So this is Oscillator Engine Bay 1. Just virtual analog. Pretty powerful. I think many people will underestimate it because right now it doesn't look as fancy as the other modes, right? Like it doesn't look as fancy. But
it's still very fancy.
It is very fancy in the sound. If you
compared to other
it's
very fancy.
But now comes the time that I actually show you the VectraForge. So VectraForge, right now we are on the procedural. Now we are on the VectraForge. Okay. Only if you are selecting this V on the engine block, only then are we like actually playing the sound of the VectraForge, and therefore. Let's do it. I will show it to you quickly. To make it more understandable, let me quickly also save that as like standard FM. It's so easy to make sounds. This is the awesome thing. Very, very easy to make cool sounds with Vectra. Okay, I will deactivate the AWC. All right, we are back to basic. We are back to super just DSAW. So this is what you would see if you initialize it. You go over here, you activate it. You go over here in the VectraForge, and now we have our VectraForge. Parent DNA, incubator DNA inspector. Now you should like actually pay a little bit of attention because this is like, if you understood this, then you can use it much better. You have 4 DNA parents. So 4 sound worlds that you can choose, and then an XY pad where you can mix them. And over here, we can select where we want to send it. And if we are ready, then we can just send it. I will show you now. Here I will keep the classic saw. And here in the second one, we can just listen to what is there already, like as a... And then in comparison, for example, dirty sub is just sub frequencies, And this is this one. This is the saw. This is glassy pad. You have different ones and you can change them here. Whatever you have selected, if I want to change glassy pad, then I can change the settings here. And then when I send it, it will be different. Here again, we have an FM index, right? So this is the same fundamental principle. I can send in FM if I want, or reduce it. You know, no FM. Now the FM is inside. Okay, and we have it here in the front. Let's go for a more crazy one. So spectral modal, for example. Yeah, this one is maybe one of the best. It's really a physical simulation. So when you think about standard wavetables, this is not what this is. This is the basically a physical object and its properties put into a procedural wavetable. That means you have like the striking of glass. You have a certain dimensions of sound here, okay, that we can send and manipulate. Let's do a couple of things. Let's put a little bit of attack and a little bit of release and a little bit of unisono and also a little bit of reverb. Just a little bit of, you know, stuff. Okay, and now when I can choose both oscillators or I can choose only one oscillator. Once I click this, you understand? Completely, completely different sound world. So when
change the timbre
completely. But now we have like two. This was just one Forge parent. So what we can do is we can send it solo. Right now we have it solo. You need to think about it like this: A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. You understand? Yeah, like for example, let's say I choose here, let's choose Chaos Core. This is one of our newest. I designed it yesterday. It's basically, it's really crazy as well. Every one of them is sound world. So let's listen to oscillator 2. I'm sending it to Chaos Core, our newest DNA parent. So right now we have spectral modal in the left and we have the Chaos Core in the right. And as you can see, WT index works, right? So they are fully fledged. And I'm not going to use FM, but you can use, of course, FM. But I want to like that we are hearing the actual sound. So that is, Right now we have Chaos on the right and we have spectral modal on the left. So let's go only to Chaos for a moment. And then let's go to the Forge. And then let's have some fun with it. So what is so new about this is that, of course, we have the entire ecosystem of Vectra to shape the sound. But right now, what we are doing is we are like, changing the true fundamentals. And we can really, really work here in the back end and send it in, right? Like we can send it in. And let's imagine you have like a crazy sound, like an arp patch or something like that, with a lot going on. you can entirely change the universe. You can just say, okay, I have those and those sets of oscillators. Let's just inject something totally insane different, right? And you just inject it via the Forge. And then suddenly you have a new patch almost. And you can really change a lot here, of course. So now we just listen to one parent, but we can listen to 4 parents if we want to. Like, here is A, here is B, here's C, here's D. Here's A and B mixed together. Here's A and B mixed together with a little bit of C and D. You understand the system? It's an XYZ pad. So, yeah, so if we want to listen to spectral modal mixed with the chaos core, then we can also do that. That would be then in the middle. So I just put it in the middle, I send to oscillator. Now we created a new oscillator. So there's infinite possibilities in that sense to just create crazy shit. Like you can just like go and say, okay, I want a third one. So then go to crystalline formant. So then you have another set of stuff that you can do, Let's listen to crystalline formant. It's bum bum bum. So this sounds really shitty on its own, but the great thing is that if we are then listen to me. We have these beautiful oscillators, right? We have spectral modal. Especially this one, bro. If you put a SNH LFO on this one, it sounds fucking sick. So we have those beautiful ones. So we can put a little bit of like really, really destructive ones also inside, right? We can like mix them. Let's choose another one for this one because it's like, it's a sub one, so it's like very...
yeah, it's gonna give sub.
Yeah, it's gonna just give sub. Here I'm going to choose a different one.
So as we are moving this in these 4 blocks, it's showing the new
mix
of mixed parents.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You like if it's XYZ pad. So here you see basically the mixture of all of them.
Yeah.
This
kind of like mutating only.
Exactly, it is kind of mutating. This one is the very newest one, harmonic manifold engine and spectral lattice resonator. But they are so intense that I was just optimizing them because they are very, very highly complex constructs. So we're not going to use them right now. But you get the idea, right? You are like basically mixing those things. But let's go to spectral modal.
So basically, you don't need wavetables in this.
Basically, you have infinite wavetables in this, and the great thing is, look, you see what you own, right? Like you see what you own. Oh, the system is a little bit buggy. Let me quickly. I have to close the macro right now. You see what you own, so we can see in our store, like you can see exactly, okay, what you already have in the wavetables, and you can literally see them there, like spectral modal, for example. So this is also
user listen to a little bit of the sound it's gonna give, something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah, absolutely. We are working on that. It's like, believe me, it was very intense what we built here. So this is coming, yes, of course, in two ways. Like this is connected to a web shop, right? So like ultimately you can for sure listen to it on the web shop, but I will put a little preview button also inside the synthesizer. You already have, you know, a lot of features, like you see. Like I recorded 91 videos so that whenever you click on it, you can see what is, you know. Yeah, lots of love went into this whole system because I think it's really cool that, you know, basically people will be able to get Vectra for free in the free version at some point. And then they can just exactly buy what they want. And there is constantly new skins, right? Like you have so many things in Vectra. Like, for example, the micro-etched shield, you know, that is only available for Deluxe, for example. And you see, you have the micro-etched shield also here. I just made that yesterday. And you also have a skin system, of course. So, you know, like there's a full-on skin system in Vectra. Yeah, with many of them being refined. The main skin, of course, right now is Vectra Black, and this is this one. Let's listen to Spectral Modal with an LFO. Why not? Let's put here mod envelope 2. I'm going to double click inside here. All right, like inside the tab, if you double click, you go to the to this, and I think it's quite important, to be honest with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
For fine tuning.
Yes, for fine, especially. You have so many options here. It's literally one of the most complex MSEGs, I think. Like, it's battling itself out with complexity with some of the most intense ones. So, you know, if you want to do fine things or like draw something insane, or, you know, do multi-shapes, for example, right? Like I can put just in this segment, I can put this, for example.
I'm just gonna ask this.
Yeah, or let's say I want to have a very, very long 32-second envelope, right? Like then I also can do that. It's just like I can do it infinitely long. We have an actual camera system. So this is literally a viewport. The MSEGs are maybe some of the elements that went the most time into. It's fucking insane what you can do with this, to be honest with you, and I can't wait for producers to abuse the system because it's so complex and deep. But what we want is rather simple. So reset envelope. We want to make that LFO, and then we can go to our shape selection, and then let's try an SNH. Why not? Like that. We can try it like that. Let's go here. And as always, you know, it's just drag and drop. It's just a drag and drop away. Put it on. Actually, I'm going to use a normal LFO for this one. Bam, 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 bam. I'm going this, and then I activate sync, and I choose you know, some of the UI things like here. This will get certainly cleaned up. If you want something fast and easy, the easiest way is normally the LFOs.
Yeah.
this system, quickly to explain you, you have a card system, so I can take this card and I can put it here, first of all, and every card can be opened, right? You can just like enlarge it, and some of them have more controls. It's dynamic, and you can try different ones. Put the same LFO over here. The really cool thing actually with the FX is the superpower of the FX is truthfully modulating it. Like even like modulating time, you know? Like you can do so crazy shit with this. Let's put that on 1/8. And then let's put it on SNH as well. A little bit slower for sure. Okay, this is how you basically use the Forge. Did you understand it a little bit? Like from the sending and so forth? The important thing, what you need to understand, is that you will not hear the Forge when it is on this mode. This is very important. This is the procedural core, so it will, you know, just play whatever you have chosen in the procedural core, just like you would expect.
I think it would be really helpful if we like hover on one of these options and it says like triggers Forge or something like this.
Absolutely, yeah. No, what I will do is actually that I will put like guardrails inside, like a little bit, basically that the system, this what you said as well, what you mean is tooltips. Basically you hover over it.
Kind of tooltips.
Yeah. Like you have it in many places. For example, like here, you know, when you are going here, you see cycle visualization mode. If you go here, you see like show height control label.
Yeah, just something like this. Exactly something like this.
Absolutely. That will be done for the entire synthesizer, and then you can also deactivate it like globally on the entire synthesizer. But yeah, I want to do it that basically kind of like there's maybe like a little pop-up or something that when you're going to the Forge and you're trying to send, while, for example, there is only the procedural one selected and not the Vectra one, then it would say a little pop-up, it's like you have to activate the VectraForge engine block or something like that. So basically guardrails for that the system kind of makes it like idiot foolproof in a way, you know what I mean? Like that's like okay, like it explains itself 100%. I understand that some of those things are like slightly, you know, a little bit not perfectly yet self-explanatory. But they will be ultimately. Those things, they are relatively easy to fix, to be honest with you. It's more like that you finish the very complex systems and then you make it that it's like really self-explanatory. A lot of the things are already self-explanatory, I find, and very intuitive, right? You have drag and drop system, you can mostly touch stuff and, like just draw stuff and stuff like that, however you want. That all is already rather intuitive. But then there are a bunch of things, as what we just said, where it's not, and those will be fixed for sure. Yeah. What you of course also can do is like mix engine blocks, Just for fun, let's try the harmonic manifold engine. It is like really heavy, as I said, but nevertheless really cool. Do I want to? Let's listen to it. Bro, it sounds so fucking insane. Oh my god.
Yeah, this one is
good. So this is literally the latest of the latest Forge parents, and as you can see, it's barely fitting in the DNA inspector. So many options you have for the harmonic manifold. Let's listen to a little bit of it.
These ones are technical that we need a guide on it, like what is HME, spread base, what is...
HME has harmonic manifold. This is the name of the thing. I could literally this needs a own video. I will explain the harmonic manifold, but it's like it's mathematical stuff. This is like I could tell you wouldn't understand the thing. Like even myself, I have to look. It's based on MIT research. Okay, lots of the stuff is based on MIT research. So it's like me myself. I have to read about the mathematical equations of this. Before I explain it, but what it is another Forge parent with immense sonic possibilities. It doesn't matter what I will do. Okay, I can explain you. Ultimately, you have tooltips here that explain in detail what it is. You hover over it, it will explain. Okay, this is the fundamental. Yeah,
that's what we need.
Yeah, it will come logically. Basically, anything that you
also,
want, it will come.
This happens live rather than just clicking send to live. It will be
what
next level thing.
To have it live,
every time when we are changing parameters, we have to click that button down.
There will be there is papers for this, but what you need to understand that there is this already what we have created or what I have created is already quite out there, all right, like in capabilities. And then the thing is I fully indulged in what you just said, a full-on live mode for VectraForge, and it will be done, but it's highly dangerous. It's super dangerous. It's a major operation because those are very complex parents, and it's designed as an offline kind of like calculus. those ones, for example, they could not directly be injected into any live mode, and a live mode is a major operation. It will be the next level, but that is maybe a good, like, I would estimate maybe 3 to 6 months, and that is like a favorable estimation. This is like major, because it has so much compute power. It needs so much compute power. I could do the mode today. It would melt any PC on the planet. Okay. Basically, it would not work. Yeah, it would not work right now. It would melt any PC on the planet. It's simply because those calculations, they would have to be heavily adapted and clamped to be even able to run in a live mode. Nevertheless, let's... Incredible spectrum of this parent, I find. Already you can notice, like, wow, you know, so much spectrum.
Yeah.
Police, here comes the police.
Yeah.
Wait.
See, it's really good for, you know, forests, high tech, and object like
Quite frankly, yes, but Vectra is really, it is an instrument, so like it depends highly on who you give it to. It's very good for cinematic.
Yeah.
It's very good for Psytrance.
Yeah, I can already feel it.
Yeah, it is very good for that stuff because you have like a good
It's
MSEG.
good for actually anything.
Anything, yes. To be honest with you, anything.
Yeah.
This is the idea is not to create a synthesizer that is limited to a genre. I think nobody does that. What you do when you are a good designer is you're solving problems, right? Like this is the main aim. Like what was the aim of Vectra, or not the aim? What did it solve? Is the more interesting question. The more interesting question is that, and it did solve the staticness of wavetables. This is what it solved.
Yeah.
Yeah. The staticness of wavetables is gone, and yeah, let's also like see with this one. This is also yeah. Okay, let's go to the living
There's
matrix.
one like very good point, or let's say thing for guys who are buying this VST is like they can make endless sample packs and sell online.
Not only that, there is a full ecosystem of we have a full-on meta tagging system. We have ultimately we will have an ecosystem, so you can make money with Vectra 100%. You can sell your packs through the store if you get approved. Basically, it will be a curated store. But you can totally make money with Vectra. That's like 100%. This is why I put so much time and effort into the shop system. It's not a joke, and into the preset system. Both of those are intensely advanced. They're battling it out with the best. To be honest with you, it has a tagging system, right? So you have like plug FX. You can tag sounds. All the sounds will be tagged. It will be pretty cool, to be honest, I think, ultimately. The cool thing is with the warp mode, this is not static, so we can just go here. Let's say, like, okay, we take our LFO pill, we put LFO3 inside. Let's maybe take another LFO pill. Let's put this one.
What is SNG?
SNG is glide. Sample and
glide. Nice.
Yeah, sample and glide. You put that one, I put that one in here, and then I can also quickly show the orb system. If I would put, for example, global pitch inside here, you can see it connects to global pitch in my pills. This is also a deluxe feature. It's not in the free tier. But you literally, you have, again, sonic DNA. You can see it activated now. You see? If I take this, and if I take another slot, for example, let's put this one down here. Oh no, I accidentally killed one modulation. No, it doesn't matter. I accidentally pressed Control. If you press Control and drag, then you copy it over. Let's put LFO pills inside. And then
let's also undo things, right?
What?
Yeah. We have an undo option, right?
Undo option is not yet in the living metrics, but will come, yeah. Okay. And general undo option, yes, it's not in, but it's basically it's. I can put it in 2 minutes, literally. I will do it today. Yeah. But if you take something, let's say global pitch, and you throw it here, then you see the DNA activating. You see that? Now it's glowing. Yeah. So whatever you put, it puts a cable, and it puts also the DNA will start to glow. But what I actually wanted to show you is not that. The living metrics in itself is quite insane. But what I really wanted to do is put an SNH in here. And then the crazy thing is we can also go to warp to amount. And we can now, modulate this one. Modulate the sync, for example. Put another one. So whatever you put there, I will put now like something more slow. Maybe I put this one as a sine and then, put it free run. And put that in here. And put that down a little bit. So now it's just like slightly, modulating the bend, for example. But if I want, for example, to have that on a macro, then I can also do that, right? Like then I just put, for example, macro 1, or actually you can also just drag and drop it. This is the cool thing. You literally can take anything and drag and drop it on Vectra, almost, and you activate it here, and then you can put that same thing. Where is it? Bam, bam, bam. Warp to amount. So now I can control it over this one. But more interesting probably would be if I put warp 1 amount here and put it on 2 oscillators again, and choose a sync here. Let's see what. Or let's put FM here. Let's see. You never know, right? Like we have to try. It doesn't do too much. Let's try.
Yeah, too much.
Quantize. It does a lot, bro. For example, this is really... Yeah. It is... Let's listen to Mirror. let's listen to, or like how does that behave when you put LFO1, let's put that one to sine, and then warp 1 amount. Hard sync mode is also something that you should not underestimate. Vectra has a quite sophisticated hard sync and FM mode. They will get expanded drastically. That is for sure. But what is there is already very much usable. And now you could also get like a little bit an introduction into the power of warp and mutate. Because there is a little issue in the naming. I will change the naming. The issue is that people think that this is the same what Serum has. It's not that. It's not that. It's different because our system is different. This is not I'm not, putting down Serum in any way, because Serum is a masterpiece, no question, especially when it comes to CPU cycles. It's a masterpiece, but it solves a different issue. It lives in a different design domain. It tries to be something different. It has a different USP, and it does not have what we have. It has other things in comparison, right? Like if you look at Vital, for example, Vital has it has this picture to wavetable mode and so forth. But none of those instruments have any of the capabilities I showed you today. Not even close. It sounds like very grandiose, but this is just a mathematical fact. And you can do a lot. I understand, though, that it is, of course, not as mature as any of the instruments that I just, named, for example. It is not as mature. That's why it has a lot of those, little things like, okay, why doesn't it tell me that I cannot use VectraForge without choosing the Vectra engine bay before, and so forth. Many of those things are still, of course, there and will get fixed. And also UI things. Look at this thing, for example. It took me, it took all my artistic power to create such a good UI. If you look at this composite LFO thing, right? This is not one thing. This is many, many, many things in one, in a miniaturized form. And it's still not done after hundreds of hours of work. It is still not done. Because if you look at the rate button, for example, it's tiny and then this box is really big. This will get changed, of course, Like all of those small little things will get changed. But you have so much already that is not only fun, but actually delivers results. What we didn't look into yet is this, and this is also extremely powerful, is the, of course, the app that we have, Like, I really recommend you also checking it out, because, for example, per step pitch and so forth, you can use that as a modulator source as well. But I will not show it to you now, because, it would fucking, blow up everything even more. But let's listen a little bit more. The cool thing is, of course, it sounds so nice already, bro. I mean, what happens if we put an exotic filter inside here, for example? Put a filter link. Put LFO7 or 8, very slow. what happens if we put Spectral FM inside now as a calculation? I mean, like, I'm really stretching it now. You can do a lot of things. Okay, any questions? Or you good?
No,
not yet. I think
not really.
I think you should just try it out, bro. To be very honest with you.
Then only more questions.
Yes. I recommend you to not, it works differently in some cases. So even myself as the designer, I often tend to fall into, now I know why it's crackling. It's because of the fucking comb filter. Sorry. Even me as a creator, I fall into old kind of patterns of old-timey kind of like ways of thinking about synthesis. That, now, like Vectra has brought some novel ideas and so forth, and you can do things differently now. So, like, you need to get used to that, basically, because me as a guy with 20 years of experience in the studio, I know exactly how I can do sounds on like a standard synthesizer, let's say like the Virus or the Serum or something like that, because it's following the same paradigm. And in Vectra, you have the same thing, brother. You have the same stuff, right? You have like filters. It's not as deep yet, not as mature in like the depth of like how many options, let's say Serum, right? It's endless. It's ridiculous how deep Serum goes, for example. But you have all of those standard like power synth paradigms, right? Like drag and drop modulation, nice filters, and more basically. And then on top of that, you have the procedural Vectra engine, which gives you just like a bunch of different things that you didn't know that exist yet, right? Like in that form. You think like, okay, cool. What is warp exactly? What is the difference? It's in between what the old static warp was and so forth and other synthesizers. It's something that is not easy to explain because any novelty is not easy to explain. It's easy to explain a bicycle because it already exists. But what is if you're coming up with a new form of vehicle that didn't exist yet? Then it's like, it's kind of tough to explain to the people. But I'm here and I'm improving it. It's daily it gets improved upon. And I can only finalize it, of course, now. Fortunately, there's like proper, the open beta has finally started, and thankfully people are like super interested in it and joining the beta. And finally, I get like more data, basically, because if you're only getting a little bit of data, it's not enough to do what I'm doing here right now. You need the actual data from people like you that are using it and that are saying, like, this is great, this is not working yet, we need some refinement there. Or even what you want to see, like what is missing, kind of, like, in your opinion, like, why is that not there, etc. Stuff like this.
That's how it will become the best of what it can.
Exactly. It's a lot of work.
It's already like a very marvelous synthesizer.
Thank you, bro.
Amazing things I can see.
I put every little bit of what I can inside this. It's really I'm not giving into mediocrity, you know what I mean? Like it is like either state of the art and extremely musically viable and super sexy in all forms, in the DSP and the UI and in the UX also, right? User experience, which is where it's probably having its weakest marks for now, but extremely strong on the other hand for a beta, you know, you also need to see that. It's like, yeah, of course, there are some like UX quirks, let's say like that we talked about now. But then on the other hand, it's like, okay, wow, what is there already is so promising that it's clear that those quirks are nothing, right? Like, what is those quirks in comparison to the highly complex systems that are fully running and functional and so forth, like the living metrics, like VectraForge, like AWC, like the MSEGs and so forth. So ultimately, I think Vectra is in a good place and will be in an even better place very, very soon, with daily updates and so forth. Guys, everybody who happened to watch this video, I hope that you really enjoyed it. We said it in the beginning. NeuroAttack is the name of the artist that I showed this stuff to. I know it was a little bit chaotic because I didn't really prepare anything. I just did it. But nevertheless, I hope that you enjoyed it. Check out the Vectra open beta on www.audionerds.net. That's audio nerds with a Z. And again, www.audionerds with a Z.net. If you go there, you will find the beta link right on the landing page, and more people are joining it. There's a Discord server as well. If you are a participant of the beta, you get the deluxe edition. This will be like, this offer is running out now because the pool is filling up quickly. So this offer that you get it for this price as the fully fledged deluxe edition. If you want to get it during this period, then I highly recommend it because you will save a lot of money and you basically help to shape this instrument and you get access to stuff that nobody else gets access to, like, you know, special oscillators, special skins, and so forth. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you guys in the next one.